Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Nick. I'm a photographer specializing in bespoke 360 virtual tours and commercial photography. Today, I want to walk you through a tool that has completely changed my business. Introducing Bloom CRM. If you're tired of chasing leads, juggling invoices, or spending hours and hours on admin, then this video is definitely for you. So let's just go into a little bit, rewind slightly about why I needed a CRM in the first place. About a year into starting my business, it started growing rapidly, which was great, but behind the scenes, it was an absolute mess. Leads were coming in from my website, LinkedIn, emails, phone calls, basically everywhere. I was using spreadsheets for clients, another app for contracts, PayPal for payments, and manually writing every single invoice, which was a real pain. So if that sounds familiar to you, it was absolute chaos. What I really needed was one platform that could handle everything. Inquiries, bookings, payments, contracts, galleries, without switching between tons and tons of different tools. Now, I've used a couple of different CRMs over the past 8 years, but around 2 months ago, I was doom scrolling Facebook, and I think it was quite late at night, and up popped a sponsored ad, and that's when I discovered Bloom CRM. So what is Bloom? Bloom is a CRM, which is a client relationship manager. It's designed for freelancers and creative professionals who need to manage client relationships, projects, and finances all in one go. It's basically like your business control panel. It manages leads, scheduling, invoicing, contracts, and asset delivery as well. And it's one of the only platforms that I've come across that actually looks and feels good to use for me and also for my clients. It's super clean. The interface is really nice. It's very visual, which is kind of how I work. I'm quite a visual person, so I like the software that I use to look nice. And also, it's not as clunky as some of the others that I've used in the past. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump onto the computer and have a good look through Bloom CRM. I'll show you what it's capable of, run through some of the features, and I think you are going to be very impressed. Okay, so here we are in the Bloom CRM dashboard. You can see straight away, as I mentioned earlier on, that visually this is a really good looking platform. I am a very visual person, so if something doesn't look good, then I won't enjoy using it. This has been an absolute pleasure to use. So you've got an overview of how many profile views you've had, how many leads you've currently got active, how many projects you've currently got active, and how much you've earned, which is good. And that can be filtered by either a yearly, monthly, or weekly view. In the top right, you've got an actions button, which is a shortcut to create invoices, contracts, a new proposal, or a new client gallery. And speaking of galleries, you've also got an overview here of how much storage you have currently used and how much you have left available. If you do want more storage, then you can get more, but this is quite a lot. As I said, I'm on the standard plan, so 537 gigabytes is quite a lot. What I tend to do is basically upload the photos to the gallery, and then once I know the client has downloaded them, then I will delete the gallery just to save space. You've also got an overview of your upcoming events, so this basically just links into your own calendar. I've connected my Google Calendar here. So yeah, I've got an overview of all the different calendars that I have connected to that. And then further down, you have an overview of your transactions and also the weather, which is really nice. So moving on, I'm just basically going to just go down this section on the left-hand side just to show you everything that it can do, really. So we've got leads. So this will basically give you an overview of all of the leads that you currently have active. You can add tags to the leads, which is useful. So if you want to, maybe if you're getting leads referred to you from another business or whatever it may be, then you can tag that. So you can sort of filter all of your leads by a certain tag. And then also, this is really useful. You've got the current status, so you can basically set the status of the lead so you know exactly what stage it's at. And then you also have lead forms. Now, these lead forms are brilliant. This is basically gives you the ability to add a form onto your website. If I just click on this one that I've created here. So The beauty of this is that you can customize these forms to your heart's content, really. What I love about it is that it gives you the option to create a form using this multi-step method, which is a lot better than having one big form like this, because this can be quite a lot for someone to take on. So if they see a form like this on your website, they can look at it and go, oh God, I can't be bothered. So if you turn it into a multi-step form, then what will happen is that they click on next, and then it gives them one question. They complete that question, next, on to the next question. So using that method, they are far more likely to finish the actual form itself. So that's a big plus there. You can do all sorts of things here. So you can have a full page pop-up. So if you wanted to have a button to fill out a form on your website instead of embedding it, then you can do that. You can set it to have a review summary. So after they've finished completing the form, it will give them a review of all of their answers, and then they can click submit. But I've got that off personally because it's just one extra step for them to have to take. You can choose a light or a dark theme. Yeah, I mean, you can see here there's loads and loads of customization, which is absolutely brilliant. And then when you're ready, you just click on share. You've got a URL for your form. You've got an embed code, which you can use to add it into your website. And then they've even got a little bit of help at the bottom here. So whichever website you're using, it should be on here. And then you can just click on it and it'll show you how to install everything. Then moving on to projects, this is huge for me. This is one of the reasons why I started using Bloom CRM, because again, like I said earlier, I'm a very visual person. So I like to see at a glance exactly what stage all of my projects are at. So I've got my booking section here. So inquiry, interested, ready to book, and quote sent. So I know which ones I've done. And then I've got the shoot details, which is just the session, because that's all I need to do. But the biggest thing for me is this post-production section. And again, the beauty of Bloom CRM is that this isn't just for photographers, it's for any creative professionals. So, it could be for a wedding planner, a florist, anything where you're providing a service to someone that has a workflow, as to say. So this is all fully customizable. But once you've finished each section, you basically just click on, say for example, I've updated this one here, and I've finished editing their 360 tour. I just click on this button here and then click done, or I can say started. So that way I know that I've started the tour, and that's the stage I'm at. So I've got all of these different workflows for different types of photography. And to edit these, you basically just come to the little gear icon here, and then you can edit your workflow settings. So you can change the workflow name, you can add in all of these different sections here, and you can also add subsections as well, which is really good. So yeah, it's a fantastic system to use. So let's come back out of that. You can also click up here to get an overview of all of your current projects. And again, it shows you what the status is on the right hand side. So again, you've got a very quick overview of what stage they're all at. And you've got an archive section. So when you've completed a task, you simply just archive it, and then it's still there for you if you need to go back to it in the future. And then you've got booking forms, which is basically an instant booking system. So I don't use this as such because I deal mainly with commercial photography. So there's always things to discuss and everything before they book in. But if you offer packages like, portrait photography, for example, so if you're a portrait photographer and you want someone to book into your studio, you can set up an instant booking system. So they can fill out a form, select a date they want to come in, and they can sign a contract and they can make a payment there and then, which is just incredible. I mean, if I click on this one here, to be honest, I've never gone into this before, but let's have a look at it. So here we go. So please introduce yourself. Which kind of service are you interested in? So let's say we want to have a headshot session. Then we click on next. Travel expenses, extras you can add on. So if you want to sell extra prints or albums or whatever it may be, so let's say we want one of those. And then we select a date and time. And this all plugs into your calendar, so it won't show up any times where you're not available. Let's say we want to do it on the 14th at 10 o'clock. next. And then I haven't set up a payment method yet for this, but this is basically where your customer would enter their credit card details, and then they can make the payment. And then once that's done, the shoot is all booked for you. So yeah, that is really a very, very, very powerful feature to have in here, because it does your job for you. So then we've got our contracts here. So we've got an overview of the contracts that we can use, and then we've got an overview of our deliverables as well. So this is basically all of the galleries that we've currently uploaded for our clients. Messages. This is, again, brilliant. What you can do is you can actually add a chat widget onto your own website. So you see they've got a chat widget here. So I can actually contact support for Bloom. But what I've done is I've actually added a chat widget that connects directly into Bloom onto my website. So within that widget, people can message me. I can message all of my customers as well. If they're not on my website, which is unlikely they will be, then these messages will be forwarded to their own email address as an email. Then we've got our calendar, which is just an overview of your calendar, but you can also change your availability. So I've set my availability times in here. So you just click on the drop down, and then you can set your availability time for each individual day. And then that way that people aren't booking outside of the hours that you're not available. And then you've got all sorts of other settings that you can change. So time increments, maximum bookings per day, and event buffers. So you can say, I want to have a buffer of half an hour for a booking and 30 minutes after a booking, so on and so forth. And then integrations. So we've got, again, as I said, I've connected my Google Calendar into here. But you can also connect your Zoom as well. So if you have Zoom or you use Zoom, then you can set that up as part of the meeting schedule. So if somebody books a meeting with you or a consultation, then you can automatically put your Zoom link into that meeting for them. Contacts is just an overview of your contacts that you currently have. And again, forms, we've gone over this already, but you can also add questionnaires in as well. So again, thinking of which type you'd use. Wedding photography, for example. If you're a wedding photographer, then you can send over a questionnaire to ask what sort of photos you want to be captured on the day, and so on and so forth. They do also offer the ability to have your own website portfolio. Now, I haven't got this turned on because I have my own website already. But this could be good if you do want to have a separate portfolio that you want to be able to share with your clients to show your work. Then could be a really, really useful feature. You can also create custom sites as well, so custom websites and custom landing pages, which is an additional fee of $14 per published website applied. So I'm assuming that's per month. So yeah, it's just another really, really handy feature to have. And finally, we've got settings. So this is basically the back end of your Bloom CRM. So you can upload all of your own branding, so your logos in a light background logo and a dark background logo. You can set your accent color, all of your business information, which specialities that you offer, and then also you can put your social media links in here, your favicon, which is more for these websites here, but I think it does show up on the client portal as well. And also you can have a subdomain as well. So you can do a custom domain. So if you wanted to replace the Bloom subdomain, you can do that. Then you've got email signature, email footer, and email setup. So when I send an email through Bloom, it will come from my Google Business Suite email address. And yeah, that I mentioned about the client portal earlier, this is another reason why I have chosen Bloom CRM, simply because the client portal gives my clients an overview of all of the different projects that I currently have active, because I work mainly with commercial businesses. Sometimes they have multiple different venues or hotels or whatever it may be within their business. So having a portal where where my clients can view all of the different shoots that I've done for them in one place. They can see what stage the shoot is at. They can view their invoice. They can pay their invoice. They can view and download their photos. They can click on links for any virtual tours that I've done for them. It's all in there, which is an absolute game changer for me. And then you can customize all of this as well. So you've got your welcome greeting. You can add a secondary button in here. So at the moment, I've just got send a message, but if you wanted to add another button in there to call or something like that, then you can do. And then you've got more sort of styling options and also a referral widget as well, which I think is a great idea. Mine is here. So this is basically just encouraging your clients just to say, you know, if you refer me, then I'll send you an Amazon voucher or whatever it may be, just to try and get your name out there a bit more. Subscription is just an overview of what plan that you're currently on. So if you want to upgrade, then you can do. I'll go over pricing in a bit more detail a little bit later on. Payments. This is where you connect all your different payment methods that you want your clients to pay you with. So this is compatible with Stripe, Square. I've also got my QuickBooks Online account connected. So any invoice that I create in Bloom will automatically be added to QuickBooks. So I can match those with my incoming transactions. And then I've got alternative payments. I've got bank transfer, cash or check, but you can also do Venmo, Zelly, I've never heard of that before, PayPal and Cash App. And then at the bottom here, you've got your currency, your tax rate, your tax name, and your business ID numbers and everything. Team, I don't have. This is actually only available on the top package. But if you do have multiple team members within your photography business, then that's going to be the package for you. And this is where you can invite different team members to collaborate with you on projects and everything like that. Messenger, this is where you set up your chat widget. So this is what my chat widget looks like when it comes up on my website. So I've got the option to chat with me straight away or schedule a call, which links into just a general 30-minute phone call form that they fill out. And you know, again, this is all customizable, so you can change the button title and button color and all that sort of stuff. Just going to quickly mention as well that they do have an app, which is again a huge plus. The app is just as good looking as this. So, you know, if you're out on the road or you've arrived at a shoot and I don't know, you've forgotten your client's name or something like that, then you can just jump on the app and you can have a look at that. And then you've got templates. So these are all where all your templates sit. So you've got all of your items that you offer. So all of the products that you offer. And then you've got all of your invoices. So these are basically pre-populated invoices. So if you invoice the same thing out all the time, then you can create templates. You've got your self-booking packages. And then you've got all of your email templates as well. So these emails can be sent out and other things can be sent out using automations. So say, for example, you've had a payment received, you can then send a link to their client portal so they can download a PDF version of their receipt, just showing a clear balance. And there's all sorts of things you can do in here. I mean, I won't go through all of it, but it's basically name what action you want to do. So send an email, send a questionnaire, what template you want to use, and what the trigger is. So yeah, there's tons and tons of customization there. Custom fields. So these are custom fields that you can add in, and you can even add your own fields in for when you're adding new contacts in. And then exporting. You can basically export all of your transactions, invoices, and contacts as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it. There is a good community as well. So there's a community section here. So they've got Facebook pages. Their online chat, I will say, isn't as fast as I would like it to be. I'm not sure. I can't remember exactly where they're based, but I think Bloom is still quite a new business overall. It has been out for a good few years, but they're just starting to really ramp up now. But one thing I have noticed is that if there's been anything that I've needed or I can't remember what it was, but I wanted something added in, and they said, yeah, that's not a problem at all. We'll speak to our developments team, and we'll get that added for you. So they are really, really, really good at getting back to me, but it could be a little bit quicker. But it's not the end of the world. At least they get back to me. So yeah, that's just a quick overview of the Bloom CRM. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Let's jump back into the office and go through a few more things. So there we have it. I hope you found that useful. I just wanted to go into a little bit more about how this has changed my business, and then we'll go over pricing and things like that. As I'm sure you're wondering how much it costs. But basically, before Bloom, I was spending way too much time on admin, late nights writing invoices, forgetting to follow up on leads a couple of times, which is never a good thing. Now I'm more organised, I look more professional, and I get to focus on what I do best, which is taking photos for my clients and growing the business I've worked so hard to create. And the clients that I've worked with since I've started using Bloom have actually fed back to me just how great it is and just how easy it is to have everything in one place. So that's Bloom doing its thing. Now let's go over pricing. Now, Bloom, of course, isn't free, but they do offer a 7-day free trial to get you started. I'm on the standard plan, but they also offer a starter plan and a plus plan. The starter plan is $14 a month. A standard plan is $34 a month, and the plus plan is $66 a month. And I'll put the details up on the screen here so you can see what you get included in each package. So feel free to pause the video so you can check through all of that. But honestly, for what it saves me in time and headaches, it's 100% worth it. Compared to lost leads or chasing unpaid invoices, Bloom has completely paid for itself. So if you're a photographer or you're running any kind of creative business and you're looking to simplify your workflow, impress your clients, and free up more of your time, definitely check out Bloom. I've added a link below in the description if you want to try it out. And at the time of recording this video, you're actually able to get 6 months free. I can't promise that will still be there in the future, but it's pretty good to jump on that now. And if you've got any questions about how to use Bloom day by day, then please drop them in the comments. I do try to respond to as many comments as I can. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and all that jazz. And I will look forward to speaking to you in the next video. Take care.